What is going on, everyone? It's Mike and John back again. No debrief because we're straight into a match reaction. But before we start, we've got a sponsor, for.com. As you can see, clothing. We've got the Toffees t-shirt here. We've got John's wearing the Toffees hoodie. If you jump, I mean, you'll see. Jump. You'll get them boobies in. There you go. So make sure you go and check them out. The link is in the description below. Make sure you go and support them. You'll also be pleased to know that there will be some Blue Boys Network merch going on the site. So you'll be able to go there exclusively and get yourself some new clothing that's going to have our logo on and various different designs. The guy there, Gavin, is fantastic. So you'd be supporting a good local business as well if you can support them. So yeah, look. He works with a lot of fan creators. It's an absolute pleasure to have him on board. And yeah, get yourself a Christmas present using the link in the description below. John, right. I think it's only right I ask your thoughts and opinions about last night quickly before we talk about the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, my thoughts on last night's game. I know you've done the match reaction on your own. I don't want to sound too negative about it, but I think when you really think about it in hindsight, it was against the poor Wolves side. There was some really good displays from certain Everton players last night. I thought Mangala had a good game. I thought Dominic Calvert-Lewin looked better, even though he did miss a one-on-one. Ashley Young, for me, was man of the match. I thought when Brozier come on, I thought he done really well when he come on, the cameo appearance that he made last night. Yeah, it merely papers over the cracks against the very, very poor Wolves team, considering we've got some really good players there. So again, we are going to have to improve again on last night's performance to think about getting anything from Saturday, because last night's performance against a very, very, very good Liverpool team will not be enough against them. It was just that Wolves were that poor. But listen, 4-0 win, clean sheet. Probably should have had more than 4 goals. But a couple chalked off, which for the life of me, I can't see why one of them was. But it has been explained to me and I still don't see it. But it was a very, very much needed 3 points and we got them. So now on to Saturday, where hopefully we will step it up again.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're absolutely spot on. And yeah, we could have won by more. I think it was abundantly obvious we could have won by more. Every Wolves fan that I've spoken to today thinks we could have won by more. Yeah, I mean, it could have been 9-0. Realistically, it could have been 9-0. 2 goals disallowed. One Calvert-Lewin effort that he hit to the keeper. And the 2 chances by Jack Harrison, which... Yeah, I mean, that 10-minute cameo from Harrison last night literally did him 0 favours. No. 0. I thought
the man I'm just thinking for Saturday, he did it with that cameo and the misses he done. But yeah, on the flip side of that, the cameo we seen from Brozier should put us in the manager's thoughts for Saturday, because I thought he was fantastic.
Well, he'll definitely get more minutes, Bono. I mean, I don't think he starts him. I know what Dyche is like, but I was definitely happy with his performance. So yeah, I think it's spot on, John. And we look, good win. It was a win that we needed. Being realistic, going into these runner games, it's a win that we needed. I don't see us picking up any or many points in the next 4 games. I think we both agree on that. It would be remarkable if we even picked up 3 points, in my opinion. But if we do, then happy days. Moving on to Saturday then, Liverpool. They looked ropey at the back last night, which they haven't for a long time. They looked poor at the back. What do you think? Do you even think we can lay a glove on them realistically?
Listen, I think what we've got to do as a fan base is really, really get behind them. Form goes out the window in a derby. We've seen that before. Get behind them. Forget what's going on. It's the last derby at Goodison, so we need to lift the roof off on Saturday. And I mean, I sat with you last night, and I was quite quiet, really, considering the way I normally am, because I am feeling deflated. But I've got to get over that. after the 3 points, playing against these. Do we think we can lay a glove on them? Well, Newcastle did, and at the end of the day, you're quite right with what you say. They look ropey, but, they were up against Isak, and Anthony Gordon apparently had a good game as well. So we haven't got any players like probably Gordon, which hurts me to say, and Isak, who can get at them the way Newcastle did. But listen, it's a derby game, Michael. It's Slot's first derby game. Put the shits up him and just go for it. That's all we ask. All I'm hoping for is not an embarrassment. I just don't want an embarrassment. If by the realms of, God, what have you, we could just get a point, just a point, or 3 would be fantastic. But we've just got to play our own game. Don't let them fly out the blocks at us. Get team talk into this Everton team. Last night was a much improved performance, granted, against a poor team. But same again, but an extra 10%, 15%, even more, to give us at least a chance.
Yeah, just as you were talking now, I was opening the box. I've had a parcel come today, and I was thinking, I wonder what's in. It's a 4 Everton mug. So I'm guessing that is from our new sponsors, Back 4. So again, you want a massive cup? Get on the website, man. Get on the website.
Over me gate. If I've got one, probably in pieces.
Yeah, it's nice. Looks big. Anyway, yeah, I completely see only a cup we'll be holding this season. Yeah, realistically, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's tough. You're right in mentioning Newcastle. I think for me, I can see a team. I can see an Everton team where we actually look quite good. I can see it in my head. Decore's not in it. No disrespect, but he's not in it.
But he will be.
But I could see an Everton team, and he won't do it. But I would love to see Broja start. I would love to see. I thought Calvert-Lewin played well last night, so Calvert-Lewin starts for me, and then Jar. Stick McNeil in there. So they're your 4 forward players. You've got Mangala and Garner as your 2 holding, and then the back 4 and the goalkeeper stay the same. But that, to me, is a team that causes problems. There's pace, there's trickery. McNeil can shoot from distance, and Calvert-Lewin. We saw Lewin last season against Liverpool in the same fixture, and we won 2-0. And let's be realistic, it was his best performance for a long time, and probably it's been the best performance he's had.
But we haven't seen a performance like that since.
Yeah. So for me, he knows how to play against the Liverpool team. He knows what he needs to do. He knows it's a physical game. And having runners off him like Broja, like McNeil, like Njai, I think that could be powerful. We all know, though, that he's going to set up to play counter-attacking football. We all know he's going to be keeping it across the back. And look, I don't mean to sit here and slag off Dyche, but, last night was a great result, but it papers over the cracks. We all know what we're going to see on Saturday. We all know. And I just wish he'd give this one a go. It sounds awful, right? But give it a go. Give it a go. It's the last one at Goodison. Give us something that makes us go, do you know what? At least, we've lost, but at least we've gone for it rather than sitting back and having our bellies tickled. For me, if we end up losing 3-0, but we've had a real go, or we lose 1-0 and we've been poor all game and it's just lucky that it's only been 1-0, I'd rather have a proper go. I'd rather give it to them. So that's for me. I mean, I know it's ballsy, but that's why Broja starts for me, because he offered more last night than I've seen from Lindstrom or Jack Harrison. And by the way, when Lindstrom come on, I actually thought Lindstrom did all right as well. I thought he was okay carrying the ball. His passing was all right, but he just doesn't have the physicality for the Premier League. Broja, within 3 minutes, is shrugging men off. He's beating people. He's quicker. And I'm pretty sure Broja at one point was the fastest player in the Premier League, or certainly up there in the top 5. So he had pace. So all of a sudden, we're a different threat. And that is exactly what I want and what I would expect to see. So, yeah, that's my team. And I'm going to give you a really short score prediction as well. I'm actually going to go 1-0. Everton.
Fucking hell.
And John, that's not because I'm sitting here overconfident. That's not about that. This isn't me sitting there going, I'm overconfident. This is me going, this is going to have a crowd that is up for it. The players proved to me last night, because me and you have done it, we've slagged him off. But the players proved to us last night that they will still play for Sean Dyche. It just would not surprise me if they find a way to grind out a 1-0. And that's what I'm hoping for.
I think, you've mentioned players there, and I'd have no problem putting Brozier in. I don't think he'll start him. I would like to see him start over Lindstrom, because I know you said he done all right when he come on. It was against Wolves.
Yeah.
Granted, and that's no disrespect to Wolves. I think any Wolves fan that watches this channel will agree to say you're struggling at the minute. The manager's struggling. I think he's lost the majority of the fan base. But Lindstrom won't be like that against Liverpool, and I don't think he's strong enough to play against the Liverpool team. Whereas, as you say, with Brozier, I mean, there's a couple of times last night, Michael, where he ran the channels really well and there was ball over the top. He actually took it down and still come away with the ball. It was a great first touch as well. As you say, he was powerful. That's what we need to do against this Liverpool team. Ruffle feathers. Van Dijk's not the player he was. Now, if you play the likes of Ndiaye or McNeil in the middle and thread them through balls to Brozier or Calvert-Lewin or run at him, because he's not the player he was when you run at Virgil van Dijk. Don't get me wrong, the high balls in 9 out of 10, he'll win them all day. And I've said this so many times in match previews when we're playing this lot, in the match, on here in the match preview. Don't play the long ball, because you're not winning nothing. You've got Kwanzaa, you've got Konate if they're fit, or Van Dijk, whichever 2 out of 3 it is. You're not going to win headers. We don't win enough headers up front. Calvert-Lewin doesn't win enough headers. So we've got to play on the floor. Use the likes of Ndiaye. Use the likes of Dwight McNeil, as you quite rightly say, or Brozier. The channels, get in behind them. Use your strength. Push them off the ball. Get at them from the first whistle. If we do that, we need to make Liverpool realise and know that they're in a game, and this isn't the shitty Everton who was shitting the pants over December fixtures. We need to make Liverpool know from the first whistle that we're up for the fight, and not the Everton up until the 4-0 victory last night, because we've been poor lately. We all know that. Get into them. Don't give them time to settle, because if they score early on, Salah's on fire. I think he's got 12 goals or 13 goals already in the Premier League this season, and so many assists. Don't let them settle. Don't give Salah time on the ball, because if they score early and the crowd start turning, we've got no chance. We need to let them know we're up for the fight.
Goal prediction?
1-1.
Fair enough.
And don't get me wrong, before the ball's kicked, obviously I want us to win. But I would take a 1-1 here and right now, because that will be 4 points in the space of 3 days.
Yeah,
because
mate.
Fixtures coming up. If we could get 4 points from these and pick the odds 1 or 2 points up with these hard fixtures coming up, it does make us feel a bit better. But if we start with this tough run on Saturday against them, with an arse kicking, the confidence has gone again with this run fixtures. So 1-1, get 4 points in 3 days. I'll take it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And I'm exactly the same, by the way. If you offer me a draw right now and the game doesn't go ahead, I'll take it. Like, realistically, I don't all day. We can hope. Yeah, we can hope. We're allowed to hope. We're football fans,
We're Everton fans, more to the point, we're Everton fans, and that's all we do. We've done for a long time is live in hope, isn't it? And that's what we're doing now. The 1-1 prediction for me.
I did want to just mention very quickly, just before you go 2 minutes, this freaking group thing that seems to have been breaking out. It looks like JP Morgan, I think it is, and the freaking group are looking to find a way of refinancing £600 million worth of debt, essentially. And and having better payment options and better payment terms. Now, the positive is with that, the people that they're asking that to do that for, they're going to be deemed AAA credit top people. You know, the freaking groups are going to have a good credit rating, good set of assets. They'll be able to potentially put everything against it to get a decent deal for Everton. So for me, look, just reading into it, it makes complete sense. It probably gives us a little bit less PSR restraint, which is a real positive. And furthermore, it gives you fixed costs. You know what your costs are going forward. You know what you're tied into. It's almost like setting up a debt management plan, but with the money essentially being paid rather than or consolidating your debts is probably a better shout. Consolidating your debts into one. It's a good option, and I'm not against it at all. I think it's a good move.
It's not a loan then, is it? It's basically putting all the debt that we've got. I think it's 660 million quid. It's basically putting it all together and making one payment off it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Right, I have got to shoot. We both are at the game Saturday, so we will see you in and around the ground. We will be there nice and early, and well, around the ground on. I don't know what time Michael's getting here, but if you do come over, hopefully it'll be with a smiling face because we just beat them, or we are leading, or what have you, and we will have a pint.
Yeah, make sure you get one of these or a hoodie or a cup.
I'll check for my cup. Cheers, everyone.
See you later, guys. Have a good one.